Profitable communication. Impeccable communication for remarkable results. Have you ever done a long-term commitment, whether it's college or a master's or a PhD? Even marriage can be certainly a long-term commitment, hopefully. Well, there's a lot of gratification in regards to completing that task when it is of fixed length. There can be arduous times when you are in the middle of the study or the task, and certainly there is elation when you've completed it. I've recently completed a 5-year study. 5 years and thousands of hours of observing the working and communication patterns in a First Nations casino. There were a tremendous amount of kinesthetic learners that we'll talk about in a moment, and there were a great number of digital generation people, those people with smartphones in their hands, texting. Those communication patterns of both those peoples were important for me to understand, to be able to support their integration into the workforce and effectively maximize their talents and abilities in this First Nations casino. I've written a book specifically addressing all of the results of this study, and part of the book is videos like this that talk about specific examples on what is working and what is not. Succeeding for a First Nations casino must include many of the things that people can observe, but it is how they're communicating and how they're effectively moving forward and succeeding is what I'm mostly interested in. We can all benefit and observe the kinds of things that will be included in any great business plan. The place that I was observing primarily was Laguna Pueblo's Route 66 Casino. It is one of the bright shining stars of all native casinos in the world, especially in the United States. They are very successful in a myriad of different ways. Many of those ways certainly are increased profits for the tribe, increased profits for the Pueblo. Those profits far exceed any of the investment that they have made in the past. Certainly their marketing efforts have been excellent in attracting people and building their following. Additionally, there is vision and mission and values that are consistent with any excellent corporation, and those can be emulated and modeled to great results. Their loyalty plan, 401ks, all of the employee support that they offered are all wonderful models. But the biggest thing that I noticed that was sometimes hidden is their success with the kinesthetic workforce. Very interestingly, and I'll look at the next slide, the kinesthetic people are highly prevalent in the Native American community. The Native American community are extremely sensitive, earthbound people connected to the earth. Their sensitivity is 100 to 1,000 times more than 75% of the other population. What is interesting to me, and I find fascinating, is not only Native American kinesthetics were attracted to the First Nations casino, but all kinesthetics, in certain instances, thrived in that environment. There were Hispanic kinesthetic people. There were African American kinesthetic people. There were Asian kinesthetic people. Those cultures are predominantly kinesthetic in nature. Each one of them had a different survival skill and how they survived in the workplace, along with the Native Americans. Additionally, which was surprising to me, kinesthetic Caucasians and kinesthetic Hispanics and in their culture were also attracted. The kinesthetic population that I observed, 75% of the people employed by the casino were of kinesthetic nature. Now naturally you would say, well, many Native Americans are there. But also the kinesthetics in the haptic culture, kinesthetics in the Asian culture and the African American culture also thrived in that environment. Interestingly enough, each of them survived in different ways. We can learn from their skills and their strategies in survival and thriving, but also we can learn how to embrace and incorporate their sensitive nature in a much broader way, to fully utilize all the skills and abilities that they have. We're going to go through lesson by lesson on each survival skill to better understand not only the Native American culture and their communication style, but the Native American culture and additional kinesthetic learners all will benefit from the different strategies that allow them to function fully in this society. Every Native American First Nations casino deserves to have an understanding for their personnel and their human resource department with this book. Additionally, every First Nations person can begin to embrace and appreciate their communication style as totally unique and at the same time equal to any other communication style. One person might say, well, what's the best learning style or what's the best communication style? The one you have is the best. It's much better to speak all of the communication styles in a sensitive, eloquent way. I often ask kinesthetic people, how many people respect and honor you as much as you respect and honor everyone else? Often the response is, you mean outside my family? Honor and respect. The sensitivity of kinesthetics is paramount if we are to survive as a culture and thrive as a world. In the Bible it says, the meek shall inherit the earth. The meek is the sensitive, the respectful, and all of us would benefit by including and incorporating the kinesthetic learning style and the sensitivity of those loving, sensitive, respectful people in our own lives. Let's get right to those lessons, and I'll see you in the next lesson.